Hello and welcome to Big Talk live from the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Edikan Michael. Tonight, we'll move our attention towards the road to 2027 as the country hitches towards the 2027 election. The attention of Nigerians has been turned to the major opposition parties, People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, and the New Nigeria People's Party for signs that they will play their expected role in checking the excesses of the ruling All Progressive Congress, as well as provide better alternative platform in the political process. And these especially as Nigerians are presently grappling with the harsh socio-economic climate occasioned by the economic policies of the ruling All Progressive Congress. But the ruling party has spoken recently dismissing the recent gathering of opposition figures and dissenting voices within the All Progressive Congress, and all the political parties are certain that the president remains undistracted, unperturbed despite the emerging political tension. This is coming from Sunday Diary, the spokesman to the president, who described it as a politically motivated assembly of Tinubu's opponents, including some former allies within the APC, who criticized the president's leadership amid the growing economic and political challenges in Nigeria. Now, this gathering, which featured prominent opposition figures and some members of APC, now had odds with the Tinubu's administration, has been described by Dare as a meeting fueled by ill will, with participants heating up the polity and promoting undemocratic sentiment. Joining us tonight to extract the opposition politics in Nigeria and the future of opposition politics in the country, and also extracting the concern about our democracy and how can we begin to strengthen our institutions for a better democracy in Nigeria. For 25 years of practicing unbroken democracy, what are the dividends? What are the movement? What are the results and achievements of the democracy in Nigeria? Otumba Shegun Shomi, the convener of the Alternative and a member of the People's Democratic Party, is my guest tonight on the show. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
It's nice to be here. Good evening.
Thank you. I mean, let's begin with the work you've had. I've also witnessed how you've gone to the east, you've gone to the north, in a bid to galvanize and, of course, promote discussion about democracy. What has been the response, the feedback from the people?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. You see, I think I should just start by telling you, why did we even bother? Or why am I bothering? We grew up believing that if the military were pushed out and we had democracy, that our lives would be better, our people would be happier, and would be more robust. Okay, we are now in the 26th year, going to the 27th year of this democracy, unbroken. The people started out by thinking, okay, if the PDP left power, then another party came, they will be finer. Okay. Then it was, if Buhari goes and Bola Tinubu comes, we'll be happier. And in all of this, there was four things that kept running through. Consistently, the number of people who turn up to vote were getting smaller. So the question, the numbers of people who were being migrated into the election register was getting larger, and yet the people that turned up with their PVC to vote was getting smaller. The second thing was that from giving them wrapper and maybe spaghetti and small things or even a buns or a cake, it became monetized to the point that in some instances it went as high as 30,000 naira per vote, 20,000 per vote, and mostly 10,000 naira per vote. You hardly got anywhere that it wasn't that way. From that, we then got to a situation where the conversation, we started the country in 1999 with Obasanjo, due respect to him, trying to wedge together a united nation, balancing of power, new stars from all parts of the country, throwing up. We continued on that. Then we're now at a point where if you listen or even just look at the social media, where the younger generation, even our own successors, we are the successors of the men in charge, the ones that are our own younger ones who are going to even succeed us, if it follows the order of life, we're watching them go at each other. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Those who are in charge of the country are not bothered. Then we also noticed that between 1999 to date, we have also created the culture of We don't like the man in charge. Then we want the new one. Then when the new one starts, we start missing the one in charge. Then the course repeats itself. And we're in the democracy. So I try to say, okay, we can't continue like this. The best way around it is, let us go and re-engage the people again. This time around, one, to beg the citizens that please don't give up with democracy, because we can see democracy failing all around us. Niger, Guinea, all those areas. They too, they were democracy, and now they're not. And we're like, let's beg our people. The second thing is, okay, gentlemen, if you don't turn up to vote, do you understand the civic responsibility involved in helping us all to take a decision on who we all want, or at least most want? Then, okay, if you people are going to run this process on everything must be purchased on the day of the vote, they want the ruling party will buy, they want the second will buy, they want the third will buy. Where would the children of other people even have space? Okay, if you don't like the leaders we've been producing for you, you don't want to join parties, you are not interested in parties, okay, are you not able to help us find quality men that you like and women from among you? After all, you know yourselves in your war, you know yourselves now. That was what created the alternative. And I've screamed and screamed. It is not really trying to be a party, at least not now. It's just to tell us that let us give our own country a chance. Look at what's happening all over the world. In America now, we can see that that country, notwithstanding its previous globalization stand, it's now falling back to its national line. We have seen what's going on in Europe. The Irons, the white people, Britons are giving a pushback, with immigration. Let's even just have, say, okay, they now start deporting Africans, for instance. And you know when they say they are deporting Africans, the majority of them are our people, who are the most populous. Have we even prepared our country to receive them and get them to exist? If it got to that, okay, while this is all going on, are we going to be a nation that will do policy today, will reverse it tomorrow, will do policy today, will reverse it tomorrow? Okay, even if we are to engage this democracy, for it to be interesting, shall we not begin to even think of how best to engage ourselves? Must I say that, the president is the president, everything he does is bad, because of that we start to demarket our country? Can we not? That's what we created the alternative for. And so that nobody is confused, we said, let the best of us lead or rule the rest of us, depending on which of the adjectives, whether you like lead or rule. Rule connotes a bit of, a bit of maybe monarchical. Lead is better. But if it gets the point made quickly, let the best of us rule the rest of us. And that means that we are re-engaging the people of Nigeria afresh after about 26 years. If the democracy and the country was a company, shall after 25 years, half of a decade, a quarter of a century, do we not even have the right to step back a little bit, look at what we're saying? And it gets more annoying when it is recycled people that are quarreling all the time. So this is what the alternative, and it's been really well received. In some locations, better and more excitingly than others. Right. But everybody is also saying it's true. For instance, I just came back from the Southeast. I stood there and I begged them, that gentlemen from the Southeast, if anybody is still upset about civil war, I beg you in the name of God, just forget about it. I plead with you. Nobody, I didn't send Awolowo to say Igbo should not eat, and you people did not send Ojukwu to start war. You can't carry the burden of your parents or grandparents, live it through the life of your parents. You are living it through your own lives, and you want to live it through the life of your children. How are we going to become settled? These are the type of deep conversation that the authorities are about. And of course, in the process, we have told them, yes, the ruling party is stable because they are the ruling party anyway. Everybody's talking about the opposition is this, the opposition is that. And I've been having to do a bit of a pushback to say, okay, stop, let's take it easy for a while, for a second. Everybody's complaining about PDP. PDP is this, PDP is that, PDP is, and I'm asking them, okay, you are hearing people say they want to do BOT. You are hearing people say they want to do NEC. You are hearing them talk about all of these normal democratic organs. They are struggling. Tell me, what are you hearing from the others? Are you going to say that the one that is struggling with democracy is the one that is dying, and the ones that are not even practicing anything that you can understand is the one that is alive? Okay, if you think that is the problem of the... Okay, let's even digest it and examine it. They have done most of their world congresses. They have done most of the local government congresses. They've done a substantial amount, almost all of their state congresses. Almost all their zonal congresses are about now being done. They don't have an issue with that. They have an NWC bar, one or two, that have issues, acting national, maybe recently secretary. Why are you people going to bully, narrate the PDP out of existence because maybe men that are looking for platform, not more than that, are asking that they want to destroy it? So this is basically what it is. And I think that I'm very convinced about it. I'm very passionate about it.
All right.
I'm very determined about it. And in fact, the more I do it, the more I even feel like saying I want to run for president. Because I don't even see what the people that are calling themselves potential president, I don't understand how the philosophy that is driving what they are doing beyond ambition.
All right, Otumba. The presidency feels that the gathering of all of this conversation is eating up the polity. That, look, this is 2027. Can we take a look to Westfield about 2026 before this can be engaged with?
The challenge with a thinker like me is that I don't have the ability to say what is right is now wrong just because it comes from my rivals. Indeed, I have screamed that you can't have a 4-year cycle for democracy and be insisting that given our style, you spend a good part of your first year, doing court all the way to Supreme Court and all of that. And then before you even get to your second year, the second year of the administration will be done by May. Look at the amount of conversation they are having. They are not having any decent conversation on what is hopeful. They're just having a conversation that we can say, okay, this one, this is why he's angry. This one, this is what he lost and making him angry. This one, this is why he's doing it. This one, this is his intention. Okay then, are you going to now infuse so much anger, frustration into the society that we could even risk that more of our citizens will not even turn up on election day? Because 90-something million registered votes, 80-something million collected PVC, only 8-point-something million installed the president. And I think that, the more they do this, the more they force reasonable people to now take a step backward and now even begin to now review the ruling party with a view to, okay, let's even leave all this noise. Let's now check policy. Which of their policies will even do the opposition a lot of damage if they continue with it? So basically that's what it is. And I think that I'm almost getting to my wit's end where me and people that are friends are going to probably end up stop being friends forever, because I don't understand how I can ever believe. Tomorrow is my birthday. I know how old I'll be. I'll probably be happy 56. I can't imagine how I started out life as a young child, the son of a soldier, really wishing this country to be great, believing seriously that this country can be great, and then looking at us now, which we're even becoming advanced in age, and I'm looking at the way we're just, playing about. The things that should bother us is not bothering us. What that should not bother us, we're wasting our time with. We're seeing a world that is unveiling before us of AI. That means that the world is going to need, apart from even the fact that you're going to not be able to do your job the way you know it, the world is going to need a lot of energy to power artificial intelligence. We're here, we don't have light. It's not bothering us. We're seeing a world where all the world leaders are coming up with, they're not giving you aids anymore for what, they're not this, they're not, everybody's trying to say, what has happened now? I want to look after my country.
Canada first.
I want to look after my country. That policy direction of the United States government has very far-reaching implication for countries, especially Africa, Nigeria, that is the most populous black nation in the world, and we're not hearing alternate, okay, this is what we need to do, this is how we need to close rank, we can stand up on our own, we can come forward and say, we too, we are African, thank you for the aid you've given us up to now, we can control our currency circulation and use our own, or whatever we've learned from your aid work, maybe how you did the tuberculosis control, or how you did, we can use our own dynamics of our own currency control to, look, there's a lot of work to be done, and these charlatans can't do it.
Otuba, you agree with me that there's a need to restore public trust, because when you speak to a common Nigerian, it feels their vote doesn't count, justice is
if their vote doesn't count, why was APC able to win in 2015? You see, if you watch the last American election, the president, the now president, he wasn't giving a lot of respect to big media, because it's becoming sickening that big media run with concocted narrative that does not even bring progress. How can any human being who has been given a PVC, he got it for free, it's that plastic to produce it, you know how much it costs? Government gives it to us for free. There are about 86 million that have collected, whatever the actual number may be. They call us that, okay, we are shouting, you are all in the beer parlor, in your house, in your sitting room, all of you say Nigeria has to be better. You come, they say, okay, these are the candidates. You are not asking them questions. Mr. Man, what do you want to do about this? You don't know what their policy is. You can't even differentiate their policy. Okay, maybe they are dancing, maybe you like their music, you're a ball blue, whatever you like about them. They say, yeah, come and vote. You think you have something else more important on that day to do with your life and with all our lives than to be there. Then when you don't vote, the votes are counted. You say, our vote did not count. Did you vote? Did you turn up before you are saying, why don't you turn up in large numbers and then let us see whether it will not count? But you are going to buy the narrative of losers. People who cannot accept that when you go for an election, there are two outcomes. You can win or you may come short. Sometimes for a Democrat, the contest and the topics and the issues and the ideas they put forward is actually the beauty of the democracy. Not when you are not going to bring good ideas, not when you are not going to bring something that is cutting edge and different, not when you are not going to inspire the citizens. You will just sit down there and say, okay, they've given, the results are out. You have the line to go to the court. If it's for presidential, the first tribunal and then the Supreme Court, you will read the cases they take there. If you are not even a dullard, you yourself will know that how can they put the case that they will go there, you will see their counsels. They will go and gather all these social politics today lawyers will be the ones leading their you will see their rivals. Their rivals will be bringing people that have a lot of jurisprudence experience and a lot of capacity to do the work without making noise. Even the linguistic language of jurisprudence, you will see that, if you see this, from what you know of them, their track record, you are going to come to court. If you cannot prove your case in court, are we going to let you destroy the judiciary because of that? And then when the court says you came short, they will give you the option of an appeal. Instead of you to be magnanimous, okay, what happened here? Did we do the case well? Did we leave on? What are the issues? Is there a need for reform? You start again. You take the whole judiciary, you say, the judiciary is bad. Okay, I ask you. If you people say the police is bad, you don't like the army, you don't like the civil servant, you don't like the president, and you also don't like the judiciary, okay, then please, how are we going to organize the country? Or you accept that politicians have a right to just be instigating the people, making them miserable. Look, the countries of the world are going through hell. People are fighting a war in Ukraine and Russia. Have you gone there to go and look on the wall of the Ukrainians every day abusing their country, even the Americans? They just burnt up a lot of places burnt in Chicago. What's the name of that place now? Where they had the fire. Is it Chicago, if I'm not mistaken?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Yes. It burnt it all. People lost their life. Everything was burnt with all of their capacity. Everything burnt down. Instead of people to be getting angry, they are empathizing with their country. If it is Nigeria, what will we do? And we're the biggest black nation in the world. And I've been at this for such a long time. There comes a time where you just say, no, stop pampering them, hit them now with the, do I have the power to force them? Of course not, but I know that if brains clear thinking, realistic analysis, the pathway and the experiences of the past, and the science of election is anything to go back. Believe me, I don't have many people that are better than me. Not anymore in this country. So when we give our opinions, we're giving them from a place of love. I don't believe that the country should have a one-party state. Why should that be? I'm not even sure that
are we tilting towards that direction with the internal politics within the political parties today?
Can I ask you one question? If you have two houses, one of them has 20 kids, the other has maybe 20, and then you told in one of the houses that, oh, pick a prefect among yourself, and all of them are eligible, and one of them, the father will say, okay, you will go and discuss it among yourself, and in the other, his father will just say, this is the prefect. Which one do you think will be noisy? Of course, the one that gave the people the opportunity to participate. So what I am trying to get the media to see, rather than be shouting, PDP this, PDP that, PDP this, PDP that, you better ask questions of the others. Are you expecting the PDP to be a portmanteau party, where somebody will just put it in his portmanteau, he will be the party leader, he will be the party candidate? Is that what you take PDP for? Or do you think PDP is the kind of party that you just wake up in the morning and say, oh, National Secretary, go and sit down, and he will not have given our culture and our tradition? He won't go to court. Then when he goes to court, has he done a bad thing for trying to protect his interests? So the point I'm making is we need to rethink it. Even the PDP. We need to take it easy. We need to find what is the overarching objective for the country.
So, but let's look at what is affecting Nigerians today.
Okay.
You agree with me that this government says they inherited a bad economy, and for sometimes we should spare them some more.
No, I don't like that. They are, oh God. If
they can't use 4 years to fix what was
if the opposition was, oh, if PDP, my beloved, if it was being led by men like me, they dare not offer that excuse. Because the question that will be asked, you got this country in 2025, in 2015, these are the parameters. You were the one, your same party was there for 8 years. While he was there, you all were muted. You all kept quiet. The ones that are complaining all over the place, you were quiet. Just because it was your person. The new man, Mr. Did you not know what you were getting yourself involved in? Donald Trump is president now. Has he spent all his time saying, oh, Biden did this? Yes, he will say it, but as he's saying Biden did this, he's writing an order. Biden did this, he's writing another order. If I'm not mistaken, he would have written up to 50 orders already. I don't agree completely with that stuff because it could tilt democracy to become a civilian monarchy where they won't do robust. But luckily, in our own kind of democracy too, we can speed up some things. We can defeat the ruling party by strong and compelling arguments, but not an argument of, they bought somebody, oh, trailer fell down yesterday, the federal government will get, what is this? Will trailer not still fall tomorrow with our roads? Oh, Boko Haram arrested some insurgency killed police officer. Oh, what is? Are we unaware of when it started and when it crept into our country? Are we the only country in the world that will deal with insurgency for a long time? Do you know what Turkey faced with PKK, the Kurdistan People's Party? Do you know what the Sinn Féin people did to Ireland? Nations grapple with challenges. It is the responsibility of citizens to always stand with their country. You don't have to stand with me. You don't have to stand with the president, but stand with your country. That's what we're saying. Let us stand with our country. When we are engaging ourselves, let us say, no, we don't agree with this, and this is the reason. Not that you just open your telephone, you open your social media, you just be seeing, has Nigeria become this? So, if they say, they cannot use 4 years to finish the problem, well, I would just say, I doubt if they can use 20 years to finish it. Any people that you see that the only thing they are doing is excuse, they will never get it done. There are mistakes they are making.
So you feel the policies they are making, because just for instance, yesterday, Dangote had to review the prices of the PMS
yes,
to about 895 naira. Because the president said, look, I believe in a free market. So when you allow the market to be free entirely, it gives room for competition, and automatically the prices can drop.
This is where
do you believe in that?
Well done. This thing is well done. Because that same free market believes is what Peter Obi believes. That same free market is what Atiku believes. That same free market is what the president believes. Those are neoliberal economic policies. They are not the only set of ideas and politics to rule the world. But we will not start teaching them the alternative yet until it is time to engage them on policy. The point I'm making in essence is that that's why you see the electorate can't choose. Because when you are saying almost the same thing but in different tones or in different ways, it can get confusing to the electorate. Why should they change? But if somebody says his concept of price for oil is that they are going to use the international market price, then the question I will ask that fellow saying that is, are they using international market price for potato that they have in Europe when they are selling it for themselves? Or what makes potato that they harvest, that they eat in their country, different from the oil that we take from our country, that we can also decide by ourselves that a certain percentage of that oil is for domestic production. Luckily, we now have a refinery. Before, we thought it was because we didn't have refinery. Why should we have a refinery and we'll be talking about international market price? We should not be that way. The duty of government, let me even add this to it for you, in an environment where the capitalists are just trying to get rich at the expense of the people which they are pricing, the duty of the government is to squeeze the capitalists on behalf of government, on behalf of the people, so that the people will see that their government is working very hard to ensure that they get the best price for them. But when the people in government are capitalists themselves, they create a government for themselves and their cronies. They have zero ability to find the people that wasted subsidy regime and punish them really. They are running a country where their concept of corruption is bring the fellow in through the back door, remove him through the, you know what? So these are bigger issues. These are the kinds of issues I expect us to be engaging in as opposition. Not just gather everywhere and be saying what I know. Even by their attitude, they won't make work. What do I mean? You have about 6 people, smart, sharp, potential people. Any one of them can be president. Tell me, have they agreed that Peter is the candidate? Okay, they've not, right? Have they agreed that Atiku is the candidate? They've not. Okay, Nasiru is somebody. This is Nasiru El-Rufai. This is somebody that, when he was FCT, as far back as when he was FCT chairman, minister, he had Felix Odumbaku as his secretary for transfer. I was the SA to Felix. It was from that close quarters I started seeing the way he was doing Apple. He said at that time he was supposed to do some transportation system that would come with a multimodal transportation template for Abuja. So I've had a bit of a, desire that, okay, this is some guy that can fix the knot if he becomes leader. Because if somebody else wants to fix the knot, they won't even let you fix it. Every day they'll be coming one complaint. But someone like Nasiru can fix them. Well, I know that when he looks them straight in the eye and tells them, this is what we need to do to get ourselves out of this mess, he will do it. Will I be happy that he is not stable? Today is here, tomorrow is there, tomorrow. If he wants to start his own party, if he starts his own party and says, okay, this is my party that is ideological, he'll be shocked that someone like me may even follow him. But not when I'm just seeing that people are just running chaos, running confusion, pretending as if we have to destroy the democracy. For what? When the election comes, those who are with the party A will line up behind party A. Those that are with party B will line up with party B, and may go betray us if we spend all the time we're supposed to be using for reform of the opposition party, if we spend it only fighting, so that by the time we even get to, okay, yeah, you have won, let's go, everybody will not come again and say they are doing anti-party. Was that not what happened to us in the last election? Had our people who didn't win the ticket at that time, had they pressed it into themselves and understood that our party men would just, if they had just worked for their party, the numbers would be different. Then what makes you think that they will repeat the same mistake the next set? So these are some of the things.
Even men like Amaechi are coming out to criticize that this is not a foundation.
Amaechi jokes too much. Amaechi jokes too much. I can tell you one story. He was governor after Solomia was removed, the courts returned him back. The person had even brought him from what they call it, NYSC to government house when he was deputy governor to when he was governor to make him successor, whatever the case was, all Dili. Did Amechi even allow Dili to have the presence of mind to even walk in Rivers? I've been around for too long to buy their crap. When Rotimi Amechi was going to go and join them, leaving PDP to go and join people he didn't know, to form APC and be jumping up and down the place until they destroyed the party, yes. He became minister 2 times, yes. Who told Rotimi Amechi that is under the politics of Nigeria is primary school, that from primary 1 to primary 2 to, he must go without stopping? Who has made him a potential presidential candidate because he bought form and ran for president and he didn't win then because of that? Rotimi is not the smartest person in the country. Where is that coming from? And I heard the nonsense he was saying the other day. This country makes me sad. Well, democracy, yes, democracy is not, it doesn't mean the government must be weak. Anybody that underneath the guise of being a Democrat incites the public should be arrested. Because you can't be saying, oh, they have you people in Nigeria, there's no democracy
so
unless...
struggle power from PDP that if that same method is not deployed...
Look. You are saying invariably that beyond people coming to vote, there is some untoward thing. But do I blame him? Were they not the ones that were saying, do I take it, snatch it and run with it? These kinds of things is not healthy. Yes, you didn't get ticket of president in your country. Nobody disqualified you from a primary. You lost. You brooded and brooded and brooded and brooded. You didn't participate. So damn what? They still won. They are running the country. You are brooding. You are looking for an association of all frustrated people that did not get an appointment. And then you are now coming to tell us that you are the new deal. No, you are not. There are finer men in Rivers than you. Deleko is there. Dakuku is there. I can give you names. Finer men than you. If you were lucky to have been helped, is that the reason why you will not let us have peace? Even if we are looking for an alternative, is it people like them who will come back again and start misbehaving like they misbehaved the first time? Just because they didn't probe, we don't probe ourselves in this country. Is that not what is making former governors think that they have a blanket check to be acting like their parents gave them the inheritance of Solomon? Look, I have no qualms with meetings, ganging up, whatever they know how to do, they should do. But I would just advise.
Do you feel that gathering wasn't for the good of Nigeria?
Look, I will advise. And that's why Peter is a bit different. Except that he sometimes can act a bit timid. He came out to say, I am not part of a process that we are trying to grab power just for power. And he started itemizing. We must be talking about education. That's how a leader that wants to lead should talk. You cannot devote all of your time to administrative issues. If you have a problem in your party, why can't you go and solve it in your party? Why must you assume or accept the idea that there's somebody sitting at the back funding people to come and destabilize you? Are those ones being funded kids? Are they kids? Do they not know what is at stake? What can anybody bribe you with that is more than what you can get if you people are the one in charge? So, my friends, let us begin to rescue our poor people from these opportunists by saying that no, this is not the way. They don't represent the totality of the views in the country. And what our issues are very clear. Some of them have been given opportunity to serve many times over, and we did not see any fantastic work they did that could make us say, okay, maybe a few of them, okay, but not that you are just coming here to harvest anger. Where are the alternative? It's not a party. Everybody, including the citizens, even the ones in APC, I wish that they would now start thinking, okay, is there a better way? It would have been called the better, but that would have been extremely arrogant. That's why we chose the alternative. The whole concept is gentlemen, members of the greatest black nation on earth, the most vibrant people that are black. Can you not let us just start thinking about things differently? Can we not be standing for our country? Can we not be looking at, okay, where is the competition? The other day we were having a challenge with our neighbors, Niger. Do you know how depressed, extremely saddening it was to see that some Nigerians in our country, because of politics, wanted to take side with another country against their own motherland? We are joking. We can't be that way. Every country will say, the flag of America, Nigeria, America first, this, that. Everybody rallies around the concept of nationhood. And we are not doing that badly. I can't remember too many West African nations that can produce the quality of our state. Some of the countries that are even saying they are countries, compare them with Akwa Ibom. They were Akwa Ibom, we dust them. So what am I saying? I'm saying, calm down, guys.
Well, do you think with hunger people can calm down? Do you think with hunger they can begin to have this conversation?
Even if you ask your friends, that are talking, that this hunger, that what is the real reason why we are hungry? They will be telling you this. It's a lie. The main reason why our people are hungry are two. One, we are not scaling up enough of our land. We are not putting enough acreage under food production. I've seen what the guy in Nigeria is doing. The second and even more important reason is that these people are devaluing our currency. That's a complete economic thought on its own. We can engage it for 5 hours. I will not get tired and I will not make MMM. At the height of what is making us feel miserable here is that if, imagine you work so hard and you save 10 million and you retire. In 2015, that your 10 million will be equivalent to divided by 200. You know what that means? That's 50,000 or thereabout. Do you know how much that is now? Less than 10 million. Less than $10,000. So the point I'm trying to, sorry, maybe you do the math about 20 or so. The point I'm making is that from 200 to 1, it's now 160 to 1. So for doing nothing, the money you saved is beaten down. For doing nothing, the salary you earn cannot even chase the things in the market. We don't have drought. When you get to the market, there is food, there's everything. But our problem is we have what you call purchasing power that is too low. And when you are like that, there are tricks and there are things you need to do. But am I the one that is going to be telling the ruling party what they have to do when they are the ones in charge of the country? Opposition is not talking about that. They are repeating the same thing. They are even putting up arguments that are even me that I'm in opposition with them. I'm saying, what's wrong with these people? This is what they are talking about. Devaluation is our biggest problem. Okay, let's settle it. It's the problem. Going forward, what if we work so hard with this 160 to 1, we scale up. You work, you do, you this, you gather some money again, and then in 2 weeks' time again, they come again, they devalue us again. They are devaluing our people into poverty. And when the people that have a little bit of money are feeling threatened because they are getting devalued, they will not even begin to give. We have maintained the stability of the Nigerian nation on our unique African concept of sharing. But when you start to panic the market, or if you like, panic capital, nobody gives. Then when we had a lot of money, ask them, how much of that money did they give to the almajiris? How much of that money did the beggars get? How much of that money did the people that they are calling their people even get? How can somebody be looking at these people that way and not even be feeling ashamed? Is that how they see the people in the Middle East and all the other locations in the world? And these are men that have been in charge of the country at the highest level of policy. So my brother, that's what we're talking about in the alternative.
In a way of addressing all of these things, the ball still sent out also from the National Assembly.
Okay, well done.
Now we who have National Assembly, we have members of the other political parties.
Do you know why that is this way? That National Assembly is that way. Should I tell you? You got to think to be able to find solutions to problems. At the heart of that our National Assembly challenge is how the hell did we even get to a position where we agreed that legislators should be having constituency projects? Let me break it down for you. When you come and start telling legislators that they should do constituency projects, that constituency project is domiciled in the executive, MDAs and all that. Okay. Instead of them to oversight them properly, they'll be busy chasing, give me contract, give me this, padding budget and all that. We've done that over the years since 1999. Until we are now at a point where it is no longer fashionable for a rep member or a senator to have an alternative view because they will punish him with constituency project. Now, if he doesn't have constituency project to take home, his people will vote him out. So look at us. An institution that is meant to stabilize the executive. We have used our own unique ways of converting them into giving them executive control, which they have no business having. So they are not now being evaluated or appreciated for lawmaking or oversight. They are not being appreciated for largesse, for roads, things that are purely executive function. That's why you find out that most of our legislature is but a rubber stamp. And luckily for the ruling party, I say that, they had majority. So that means truly they can put everything to a voice vote and they can win every vote. That's what happened. Trump too has majority now. Anybody that works hard until his party gets majority legislator is going to be flying. And if it is like that, before they waste the whole time doing nothing, you kind of like encourage them to speed up regulation, speed up reform, speed up the Electoral Act, because they have the numbers now. Tomorrow the thing can flip and the next person will not even have majority. He'll be spending all his time balancing the executive, calling them. Look, we joke too much in this country. Too much. So that's why you see that the legislature is like that. So what do you expect people to do? Not lobby for juicy contracts.
So, but let's take you to the states.
Now you're talking.
We've seen a lot of concern from federal government saying they have increased allocation to states. This government will also tell you they are even granted local government autonomy in a bid to also increase local government development.
True.
What is your take about that for 2 years of all of this?
That is one of the reasons why momentarily I hear people make all sorts of silly allegations. I said, wants to go to business. If I want to go to business, I can go now. Who is stopping me? Did I stop their leaders when they were jumping about? You see, the thing is that when I realize that we seem to always be happy blaming the one president. And we have done that so many times. I've called Bashaju out. I'm not the one who is not going to call him out if I say something is really wrong. But I then started to say, okay, have we mistakenly left the real culprits, governors, and we have not critiqued them, encouraged them, pushed them, which has then meant that the local governments have been nothing but a joke? Okay, why don't we now start looking at the states and what they're doing? And let me tell you what I found, my friend, on behalf of your audience. Some of the states are doing phenomenal. I came back from Enugu. One of my friends, his name is Comrade Francis, I hail you. He was telling me, Oga, until you leave Enugu, you are not going to enter any road that is baga. And he took me around. We went here, we went there, we went everywhere. Every road tarred. Every road clean. I said, is Enugu this beautiful? He started telling me, Sullivan did this one, this also. But because we never mirror to them, we don't use them as a basis to encourage their arrival. I have held the view, I swear, I would have given up on democracy if not for Akwa Ibom. I would have said, cancel this nonsense, not for Africans. Akwa Ibom is the reason why every time when I want to say, no, this is not working, I say it's working. You know why? I know what Akwa Ibom looked like in 98. I know how their people even carried themselves in 98. Have you been to Uyo lately? You will see that the people are significantly transformed thanks to Obongata and Akpabio, especially Akpabio. You will see that they've built and did things that can give that place, wow, Africans can do this. When I went there last, I could even say I'm angry with my own the immediate past governor, because everything I thought he was doing, when I was asked, where is the toothpick factory? Not in there. Where is the coconut refinery? I was just getting angry because for every time he was saying he was doing those things, I was always praising him that well done. Don't drop the ball. Only to get there and see that, okay, he's joked too much. And because we're people that don't punish people, he's there now, rolling up and down the street, as if he has completed or extended it the way he should have. What if Akpabio too had been joking like that? And I'm praying to God Almighty that the man there now doesn't joke. Look, we are Africans. We are the most populous. we're the most energetic, we're the most vibrant. Almost every international organization, school, they will see the Nigerian, they will cut. Shall we not fix our country? Or are we going to sit down with only being happy that, oh, pull him down at the national, without even saying, okay, let's even see what they are doing at the state. Is there a law that says states cannot farm? States that can be buying private jet, governors are buying private jet. Is there a law that says they cannot farm? They can't have farms? If there's a problem in the far end of the north, we cannot get food as we used to get from subsistence farming. Who told the people in the south that you have some slaves that will farm for you when they have problem? Why can't you farm? Why can't you open up more land? Why is all the land in the south only for real estate? Are you not going to eat? If you created a bumper harvest, food prices will come down. But now they've given the local government more money, right? If we don't start screaming the alternative, why do you even think that good people will even agree to be local government chairman? Yes, I know some politics here and there, somebody is the godfather and all that. That's understandable. But that does not mean that when they make you a local government chairman or a governor, that does not mean you should not perform. But if you are happy to be watching a 26 years experiment of democracy appear as though we will never get it right, we're always making our people look miserable. We don't even empathize with them to tell them, like, gentlemen, this is what we're going through. This is what the country is going through. This is what other countries are going through. There's nowhere in the world today that food prices are not high. You know why? Because of the major challenge that came as a result of COVID. And at the heart of it is also these capitalist jokers who are posting profits while mankind is starving.
I mean, a verbal opposition is still needed at the end of the
day. Oh, yeah.
Look at, I mean, former vice president said that 50 million now were given to some opposition leaders, even when the political parties have come out to deny a lot of those concerns that are trying to buy over.
You know, that's one man. Look, when people ask me about him, I know him. Honestly, I do. I even think I even know him more than he knows himself, really. I used to feel that way. He means well. He must have had it on good authority, and he has said it. Those who collected know themselves. Those who gave know themselves. If anybody would think that 50 million naira is such a big amount of money that will make you destabilize your party, what can you even buy with 50 million naira? Really, in the Nigeria of today, money you will put in your pocket to go and play in Europe. Do you know how much a business class ticket costs now? How much is a car? 50 million naira far. Divided by 1,600, how much is left? So I don't care. I get what he's saying. I understand. And like I always say, there will come a time when I will even tell people, anytime you ask me, I'll just say, no interest. Because I'm getting to the point where I can't desire good for you. And I will have to be second-guessing myself every time. That I hope you are not misunderstanding it. No, I won't. No, I won't. It is even the height of extreme loyalty to stand firm for so long in the party. I've been in that party since 98. There are people that I can mention. When they wanted to register the parties at the beginning after General Abacha died, Ayo Thomas is still alive. Bengalewa Kwe is still alive. We contemplated the idea of having a youth party. I said we shouldn't, so that young people can learn democracy from the Democrats. Now we are old men. The one we have learned is enough. Which we want to experiment what we know.
Do you feel this recent tariff in the telecom will means well to Nigeria?
You know, the point with that thing is that, you see, everything is like a domino effect. If there's an increase in petrol price, would there not be an increase in diesel? How would the telecom power the mask?
Nigerians are saying it looks that this is government about taxation.
You missed the point. That's why I delved into the devaluation issue. Everything will be impacted. The money you used to take Uber, is it the same? The money you used to buy food, is it the same? So to some extent, you can have the argument, yeah, they're asking for 2 months, can you bring it down? That's okay. But you cannot expect, in the real sense, that you can be saying that, whereas prices will be increasing everywhere, then telecom will. Exactly. So I think they will find a middle ground. The government, the business people want the maximum profit. Citizens want the cheapest price.
Why are people protecting the Nigerians? Are the people protecting, instead of people protecting the common people? Because when it looks that...
Who are the common people? I can tell you where the telephone density in the country is. Lagos, Ogun, Ibadan, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, Adamawa, Yola. All the monies that telecom people are paying, the vast majority is there. You can check the record, it's there now. I've not listed all of them, but it's in some certain urban cities. Yes, in those urban cities, are they not paying more for light? If you could accept that electricity will increase, that electricity, what do you think they are using to power the telecom? The infrastructure at the back end. Are you even going to, are you the owners? Do you know when we just got telecom, when other people in the world had telephone, if not for this GSM, would we even have done tele-density across our country? Okay, they want to increase it. We know for ourselves that, what did they call it? The cost of everything has increased. Of course, we can argue with them, we can quarrel with them, we can say we don't agree, we can call the guy that is Minister of Communication and tell him and explain why we are getting to pay so much. But we can't be unrealistic to think that the price will not be impacted. And if you don't want if they give you an increase in telecom, you have a right to put off your phone. Even now, if your credit finished, what are you going to do? Am I going to beat you if you don't have credit?
That will have a negative impact to me.
Okay, you know, ba? So you know.
All right. Otumba Segun Sowunmi, the convener, the alternative. Thanks so much for joining us on the show tonight. Of course, this country, you always say, this is the only country that we have.
And we have to put everything in it to make it work.
We need to make it work. Thanks so much, Otumba.
Totally my pleasure.
We are witnessing a new movement. We've seen America first, Canada first. It's also a time for us as Nigeria to look at how we can put Nigeria first, no matter the situation, in getting this country work. That was a conversation we needed to have about Nigeria's democracy. How far, how well, and how can this democracy mean well for the entirety of Nigerians? My name is Edika Michael. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us tonight on Big Talk. See you again.